So we just finished the metadata saying that we're looking for a way to properly introduce our business ecosystem. So now we have to come up with a clear problem and solution so we can develop a hypothesis so we know exactly what we're doing. What's the game we're playing? Let's start down here. The we here actually comes from the return from the last step. So we started off as just like, okay, we're looking for these design engineers and stuff. We go through our heroic journey, and then in the end, we realize that we're working as Hue 3 polymath process and creating this project, Dao Teaching. That becomes where we work from for the rest of this overall process. We're still reaching out to potential partners and investors that are design engineers, indigenous designers, solar punk design engineers, and biomimicry engineers. But let's get really clear on what our need is. It's still creative freedom, but in this case, we're saying that we need to introduce potential partners and investors to our business ecosystem in a way that's really easy to understand. But it's tough to find a balance of showing why the idea is valuable without overloading people with too much information too soon. If you do that, you'll just completely turn them off and they won't even hear what you have to say. So, go. What's the best way to create a welcoming business ecosystem overview so we can inspire design engineers and investors to learn more about our project? Search. What are we going to be looking over so that we can answer this question? Again, in this previous step, we decided that the focus of this overall game or this presentation that we're creating is 0.9.0 business ecosystem overview / executive summary. Also calling this an interview. So the aspects of this that we're going to be searching, we got all of these terms from the previous step that we just worked on. So we're going to look into APIs, public-private partnerships, what it means to be a receptionist, cell membranes, atmospheres, skin, water, the front desk in a library, a lemonade stand, since we want to create these seed stands, maybe even festivals. I want to look up festivals since that's one of our overall goals. I'll write that in. Festivals. These are just potential things to learn. So that's what we'll be searching for so we can work through our need. What are we planning on finding? So whenever we do this, we're going to word this as a how-to, because we're going to say that we're going to learn how to do something. We're finding how to design engineer a welcoming business ecosystem overview or interview that's clear, insightful, and engaging. I came up with that after watching this PowerPoint storytelling video on YouTube, and that'll be in the resources section, but I just wanted to call it out right now. Take related to this is really just the benefits related to the Groove 9 verse 2, these different aspects that we added in here. So the principles of Ma'at, the Tao Te Ching, and then the Biomimicry 6 life principles. Can we take the how-to that we're creating and then relate it to one of the main aspects of each of those? So with Ma'at, we're going to be using principle number 1 in truth, and saying that design engineers are going to benefit from having a clear over / interview that's grounded in our search for truth. We think a lot of people and a lot of organizations are just selling themselves in order for people to buy what they're putting out there. Our goal here is to search for what is true. That's one of our values here. With the Tao Te Ching in chapter 1, it's all about like the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. So that's just to say that with our ecosystem, with Hue 3, we want to stay humble. We want to be grounded in humility, because there are a lot of businesses and brands out there whose egos get out of control. And I say that from a perspective of someone whose ego has been out of control. There was a time when I was thinking up ideas about all this and just like, oh, this is going to change the world. I hate that term so much. It's just I want to use this to change myself. I want to use this to evolve and then hopefully teach other people that they can use it for themselves. So we just want to stay humble and knowing that no matter what we do, we're still not the Tao. We're not like everything. We're a part of it. We're an expression of it. But don't get too caught up in yourself. And that's what people can expect with us. And then also another benefit, drawing from the biomimicry 6 resources. Let me mute this. One of theirs is being resourceful and efficient with the materials. So really just with being engaging, we want to just be creating an onboarding and an overview that's concise and really easy to understand. So how can we take all of this and turn it into a hypothesis that can become a game? This is the working hypothesis. When you create your own, realize that it is meant to change. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to change. This will change. Yours will change. Stop trying to be perfect. Right now, our hypothesis for this overview is if we teach people how to design and engineer a welcoming business ecosystem overview/interview that's clear, insightful, and engaging, then we will be able to demonstrate that Hue 3 is an organization that's driven by the truth, grounded in humility, and efficiently shares our value. That just doesn't sound perfect, but it's good for right now. And then after return, you come back to changed. So this is where you just add in a song. So this is a rough sketch of a drawing I did before of Tall Tall Trees album cover. But this song within our epic playlist, like I said before, when we created EP0 Tao Teaching, every single step here on out is going to have a song associated, so we can form a playlist that goes along with the story. With Groove 8, this is going to be the last song on the playlist. So Backroads by Tall Tall Trees. Feel free to give it a listen. But that's the overview of our game. This is what we'll be playing.